Today we're going to talk about stem changing verbs. And before we talk about stem changing verbs, I just want to remind you that every single verb in Spanish, there are three different kinds, IR, ER, and AR, are going to have a stem, which is your meaning, and your ending, which tells you how to give your subject or to give your verb a subject. So our first one that we have already learned is jugar. It is very common. It is a U stem change to a UE, but it's really the only common verb that you need to know that does this exact same stem change. We have two more kinds of stem changes we're going to talk about, O to UE and E to IE. We have an E to I that we're going to learn in a later chapter. And then we have I to IE and O to HUE. Both of those are very irregular, not something that you're going to see a whole lot. So we're not even going to delve into those kind of stem changing verbs, but I do want you to know that they do exist. So let's start with our first one, which is our U to UE. Just a little review that stem change, that U is going to change to a UE inside of the boot. And then outside of the boot, that stem change gets the boot, right? And we don't stem change, we just regularly conjugate it. So juego, juegas, juega, juegan. But outside of the boot, jugamos, jugáis. Our next verb is querer, which you've also already learned. So quiero, quieres, quiere. Queremos, queréis, quieren. Stem change inside the boot. Another E to IE stem changer is empezar. Empezar means to begin or to start. And I have put a little A behind that because quite often if you're going to say that you're going to start a race or start a new book or start a new job, a lot of times that phrase you'll say, I'm going to begin to do something. So if that's the case, you're going to use the verb empezar conjugated, and then it's going to be followed by an A before you say what it is that you're going to start. So I'm going to start to play. Empiezo a jugar, for example. I'm starting to play. Empiezo a jugar. Okay, so empiezo, empiezas, empieza, empiezan. Outside, no stem change. Empezamos, empezáis. Entender means to understand. So again, stem change inside the boot. Entiendo, entiendes, entiende. Entendemos, entendéis, entienden. Merendar. Merendar is to eat a snack. So meriendo, meriendas, merienda. Merendamos, merendáis, meriendan. Next we have O to UE, which is dormir. Very frequently used verb. Duermo, duermes, duerme. Dormimos, dormis, duermen. Next up, we have almorzar, which is to eat lunch. So you're going to see that in Spanish, we have literally a word for every single thing that we're eating. Okay, so almorzar is when you're eating lunch, only when you're eating lunch. So almuerzo, almuerzas, almuerza, almorzamos, almorzáis, almorzáis, almuerzan. Volver. Volver is to return, but not as in to return an item that you borrowed, to return as in you've left and you've come back. So we have vuelvo, vuelves, vuelve, volvemos, volvéis, and vuelven. And our last stem changing verb that is O to UE is kind of irregular because it means to rain. And we're not ever going to say like I rain or we rain. We really only say it rains, or you might say something like the clouds rain. So really, these are the only versions of llover that you're going to use. If you have questions, make sure you reach out.